What if I showed you how to predict an exact score using nothing but a calculator? No need for AI, no need for an app, just your phone, your brain, and a clever trick that 99% of bettors have never heard of. Think it's just another scam? Perfect. Because in this video, I'm going to place live bets on 2 FIFA matches, and you'll see for yourself whether I'm bluffing or not. Forget random gut feelings. This is a straightforward mathematical method that even a beginner can start using today. And if you stay until the end, I'll reveal the most crucial element that makes this strategy work every single time. Let's launch the first test. Watch closely. I'm heading to the Spanish league to test out a strategy. Most of the time, it's in this league that I run my experiments. Honestly, I haven't tried this method yet in other leagues. For example, this Barcelona match fits the criteria perfectly, right? And here, the Villarreal match also meets all the requirements. Same goes for the matches involving Celta, Real Madrid, and even Real Sociedad. Alright, I'll scroll back up here and select the Barcelona match. Once inside the match page, I scroll down to find the correct score option. Here, just by observing the exact score options, particularly the middle and right-hand columns, we can already identify the most likely score lines for this match: 2-1, also 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, or even 3-4-0, alright? Now, the correct score I've chosen comes from the calculations I did using a calculator. These aren't just random guesses. Each scoreline was determined mathematically. So pay close attention, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it too. And for those who prefer to avoid taking too many risks, here's what you're going to do. Once you've identified the most likely exact scores, scroll back up, and now I'm going to look for the total option. Under total, I select over 2.5 goals, with odds of 1.40. Why choose over 2.5 goals? Because the scores we've identified were 2-2, 3-0, 3-1, and so on. I want to bet on it. First, I activate one-click betting. I click here, enable it, and apply the changes. Next, I select over 2.5 goals for the match. Then I scroll down to the exact score option. Now this part is for those who are willing to take slightly bigger risks, alright? And I choose the score 2-1. Got it? I also go for 3-0, 3-1, and 3-2. That makes 4 single bets. Understood? Pay close attention. So I've just made 4 selections. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which means I've staked 2,000 on this match. As you can see, it even refuses a second attempt to place a bet. The goal here is that instead of betting 2,000 all at once, you divide the 2,000 into 4 parts, so 500 per option, and you place those 500 units on 4 different outcomes, alright? Just like I did. Follow the video carefully, and above all, don't forget to subscribe. That's really important, team. Now we're going to wait for the results, and we'll check back in a bit once the matches are over, alright? And as you can see, here are the betting slips. The match is over, and as you can tell, we had placed bets on 4 different options, alright? Out of those 4, we lost the first, the second as well, but the third one hit, and the fourth was a loss too. So out of the 4 options we played, we won 3,260 from a 500 unit stake. Understood? In total, we had wagered 2,000, and since only one of the bets came through, we still managed to recover all our losses and even made a profit of 1,260, alright? And on the slip where I had selected over 2.5 goals in the match, that went through without any issue. It was validated, okay? So the point here is, rather than betting 2,000 on a single outcome with an 80% risk, we prefer to spread it across 4 different selections. So we divide the total amount, 2,000, into 4 parts to minimize the risk. That's really all there is to it. Yo team, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to show you a method I developed after several weeks of testing. And most importantly, make sure you watch until the very end, because I'm going to explain why you should never bet directly on the exact score, even if you think you can predict it. Above all, never ever place a direct bet on the exact score without watching this video until the end. It's extremely important, team. Alright, for example, I'm going to look for another match. Here, the Granada match does not meet the criteria. But why is that? It's important to understand, when you select a match, there must be a clear favorite, and when I say a favorite, you need to be certain that this team will win the match comfortably. I hope we're on the same page. Now look at the Real Madrid match. This one meets the criteria perfectly, alright? I'm going to enter it, scroll down here, and then go to the exact score option. The first thing to do is to check whether a 0-0 scoreline is offered, and as you can see, in the first, second, and third columns, there is no 0-0 score. So immediately, this match does not meet our criteria. You must always find the 0-0 score option within the exact score market. It is an essential element to validate a match. Now, I'm going to take the Atletico match, because right away, it meets the criterion regarding the favorite team. I scroll down here and select the exact score option. As you can see in the first, second, and third columns, you'll notice that the 0-0 score is listed with odds of 29, which perfectly aligns with our criteria. So, what you need to do now is take that 29, the odds for the 0-0, and use your calculator. You divide 29 by 2. And as you'll notice, the result is 14.5, alright? Looking at the digits 1 and 4 gives us an idea. The probable score in this match is 1 to 4, understood? And importantly, if you combine the digits, the sum must not exceed 5. If it goes beyond 5, there's more risk involved. Here we found 14.5, so 1 plus 4 equals 5, which fairly satisfies the criteria. We'll try it like this without rounding. Sometimes you might find results like 12, 11, 10, or 13. It's quite straightforward. If it's 12, the score will be 1 to 2 in favor of the favorite. If it's 11, the exact score is 1 to 1. If it's 10, the score will be 1 to 0 in favor of the favorite. If it's 13, the exact score will be 1 to 3. Also, a very important point. As I mentioned, if the score is, for example, 13.5, you round the 5 up to make it 14. Then you consider the scores 3 to 2 and 4 to 0 in favor of the favorite. I hope you're following me well, and if the score is 11.5, you round the 5 to 12, which corresponds to either 2 to 1 or 1 to 1, so a 1-goal difference depending on context. In this Atletico match, the likely scores are 4 to 1, 4 to 0, 3 to 1, and 2 to 3. So we'll wait for the results and catch up later. But remember, if the sum of the two digits exceeds 5, the score is too risky. In that case, don't force it. In my opinion, by 2025, there simply are no longer any excuses not to make money with sports betting. No excuses, truly. You can join our Telegram channel by clicking the link in the description. In this channel, we will start offering free betting slips, and I am here to offer you a promo code that unlocks a whole range of bonuses, a code that allows you to recover a portion of your stake on every lost bet. This is currently the most effective promo code for reclaiming part of your losses. So honestly guys, no excuses. The promo code is 3MAS. Create your account with 3MAS, and you'll thank me later. Cashbacks apply to every lost bet, and they are available daily. This is a verified code that works perfectly. Whether you're on 1xBet, BetWinner, 888star, 1win, Melbet, guys, 3MAS works everywhere. Hey, here are the results. We just secured a win at odds of 17. Imagine that. Initially, I had placed 500 on nearly 5 different options, which totals 2,500. And now I've just won 8,500. You know that betting on the exact score is extremely risky, even borderline impossible. But with this strategy, this technique, you have a 70% chance of winning on an exact score bet. Yes, you might lose on other slips, but it only takes one winning slip to recover all your losses and make a profit on top. And as you can see, I even won on the over 2.5 goals option, and it was successfully validated. Alright, I'm going to take the latest matches so you can understand. Second match now. As I told you, you need to look for matches that aren't too close. There must be a clear favorite. Like this match, for example, I'll enter it and scroll down to the exact score option. And once inside this match, what do we notice? The odds for the 0-0 score are 17. If we divide 17, what do we get? I take the calculator, do 17 divided by 2. The answer is 8.5. And if we add 8 plus 5, that makes 13. Already it doesn't meet our criteria because it exceeds 5. And when it exceeds 5, it becomes risky because we can't predict a score like 8-5. I'll look for another match. For example, I take this one. Here too, fortunately, the exact 0-0 score isn't offered. So already it doesn't quite meet the criteria. I exit and I'll look for another match. Here, I'm looking at the real match, but it doesn't meet our criteria. Why? Because both teams are roughly at the same level. However, I still want to enter this match because I see there are no more matches that fully meet the criteria. So to better explain, I'm going to take it anyway. But be careful, this is risky. I wouldn't even recommend betting on this kind of match because it's too risky. This time, the odds for 0-0 are 46. I divide by 2 and get 23, understood? And if I add 2 plus 3, that makes 5, which fits our criteria well. This means the possible scores are either 2-3 in favor of Sevilla, or 3-1, 3-0, or even 4-0. And as I mentioned, if you don't like taking too many risks, go here to total and choose the first option, which is over 2.5 goals in the match. Now, for those who enjoy risks, here's what you'll do. Scroll down here and select the exact score. According to our calculations, we'll take the following exact scores: 2-3, 1-3, 0-3, and 2-1. So I'm going to bet on these 4 options, understand? Be careful. The 2 teams are evenly matched, and I can predict that the final score will be 2-3 or 1-3. And we agree that could definitely happen. But beware. Since the teams are at the same level, the opposite could also occur, with a score like 3-1, and then we lose. That's why I told you, avoid matches between 2 teams of equal strength. As for me, I'll wait for the results. Watch closely, stay until the end. I'll show you what this bet slip yielded. 6. The limits of the method. Now I'll be honest with you. Even if you manage to predict the score, exact score betting remains a very risky wager. Why? Because just 1 goal more or less can ruin everything. Even though the method is interesting, it is not profitable in the long run if you use it alone. How to use this method wisely? Here's what I recommend. When your calculation gives you a score like 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, greater than, you can opt for options such as under 3.5 goals, often with odds around 1.90 to 2.10. You can take the option, both teams to score, and select no or the option, the team wins without conceding a goal. Why? Because these options are less risky, yet they are based on the same logical calculation. This way, you increase your chances of success. And here are the results. As expected, we just secured the exact score of 2-3 cleanly. As you can see, the odds were 14 and it was successfully validated. I won 7,000. Closing message. If you learned something today, drop me a big like. It really motivates me. And above all, don't try to get rich off exact scores. Use this method to understand the logic of a match, not to force a risky bet. Click the link in the description to join our Telegram channel. And if you want more videos like this, subscribe, because the next method I'm going to show you, I swear, it will blow your mind. Peace team, and always bet wisely.